These are the most important things you need to ask yourself and answer for yourself before you start learning any language. He who has a why can bear almost any how. You need to understand your why at a profound, deep level enough where motivation is bullshit and you're driven by your desire and your why. Why are you actually learning the language you want to learn? Alleviate any judgment towards your desire and get to the ground roots level of why you want to learn it. If it is because you want to have a Latina girlfriend and you want to be able to go and talk to Latinas and go and flirt with them and have fun with them, there's nothing wrong with that. Be honest with yourself though. Secondly, you need to ask yourself genuinely, how much time can you put in every single day? Consistency is better than burning yourself out. We could put in 6 hours on Monday and then not touch it until Friday and then try and put another 6 hours in. If that works for you, that's cool. From what I found, a little bit every day versus a ton one day a week will result in further success. So ask yourself, if you only can put in 5 or 10 minutes a day of learning your language, there's nothing wrong with that. Do that, but actually do it. If you can do a half an hour or an hour, then do that. You can mathematize, you can math out how long it's going to take you to learn a language, depending on your native language and your target language, because it's basically broken down into how many hours to achieve at least intermediate level and then going on expert. Really ask yourself why first, and then how much time consistently. For example, Spanish is going to take around 800 to 900 hours, if I remember correctly. Break that down. How fast and how quickly do you need to learn Spanish, for example? And then how can you break that down monthly, weekly, and then daily? Finally, you really need to understand how you learn. What do I mean by that? I'm not going to tell somebody who's very good at books or book smart, if you want to put it that way, to learn in a different way. If the way that you learn is writing things down repeatedly, looking at a book, writing it down, and then you understand it, then keep going that way. If it's more auditory or visual, then understand that. If you haven't heard of kinesthetic, auditory, or visual learning, then go look those up as well. Figure out exactly how you learn, not just languages in general, but in general. Like, how do you learn things? If you need to touch things, you can still learn languages by touching. That's kinesthetic. If you need auditory, well, it's language, of course. And visual, if you need something to visualize, then go through that. Every time I'm learning a language, if I'm translating, you might see me close my eyes, because part of how I do it is, well, I can see more or less the words when I close my eyes. If you want to call it my third eye, you can for sure.